Hi guys, and welcome back to Truthfully Toyosi. If you're part of our YouTube family, then you already know that I'm a medical doctor and also a twin mom. And on this channel, I help you learn about your body so you can learn medicine from the comfort of your room. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and smash the subscribe button right now. So I've had patients say to me, "Doctor, how do I calculate my ovulation date? How do I know my safe period? And how do I know my fertile window?" So those are questions we're going to be answering today. So it is very important to know your safe period so you can get pregnant by choice and not by chance. And if you're in a long distance relationship, it's very important to know your fertile window so you can always travel with a purpose. So at the end of this video, I'm going to be giving a bonus point explaining why and how some women can get pregnant when they have unprotected intercourse while on their period. So before we get into it, there are certain terms that you need to get familiar with. The first one is your cycle length, the second one is your fertile window, and lastly, your safe period. So your cycle length is the number of days between your period. You start counting from the day your period starts to the day just before the next period starts. So your fertile window are days during your menstrual cycle where you are most likely to get pregnant. And lastly, your safe period. Your safe period are days during your menstrual cycle where when you have unprotected intercourse, you're most likely not going to get pregnant. So guys, let's get into it proper. Okay guys, so we're using the calendar method to calculate this. Remember our definition of cycle length. That's the number of days in between the first day you see your period and the day just before the next period starts. So let's imagine this person saw her period on the 5th and the next one started on the 3rd. So our cycle length will be the number of days in between this. But first, let's see, normal cycle length is between 21 days to 35 days. So anything in between this is a normal cycle length. Now let's count the number of days in between and know this person's cycle length. So the day she sees her period will be day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. We're not going to be counting this day because the definition is the day it starts to the day just before the next one starts. So this person has a cycle length of 29 days, which is normal because the normal one is from 21 days to 35 days. Okay guys, so the next thing we're going to be doing is calculating our ovulation date. We know that medically, okay, maybe we don't know that, but medically our ovulation date is 14 days just before the next period. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to check this person's cycle length and we're going to subtract 14 from it. So whatever cycle length you have, subtract 14 from it, and what you get, that will be the day the person will be estimated to ovulate. So this person's cycle length, we already determined that is a 29-day cycle length. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 29 minus 14, which is going to give us the person's ovulation date. So that's it. As you can see here, ovulation date is cycle length minus 14 days, and that's 29 minus 14 giving us 15. So this person will likely be ovulating on day 15. So let's go down and see. Day 15 falls on the 19th of January. So this person will likely ovulate on the 19th of January. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to cycle this in red. So we just know that this is the ovulation date. But now, when you say that a person is ovulating on the 19th, there's a possibility of the person ovulating 2 days before or 2 days after. So 2 days before and 2 days after. So that is medically proven. So because you're estimating, it's not as if you know that, okay, on the 19th, this person is going to ovulate. No, you're estimating that according to this person's cycle length and according to the formula we know medically, this person should ovulate on this particular day. But if it doesn't come on this day, it can come 2 days before and it can also come 2 days after. So if we're saying 2 days before, we're going to include 17th and 18th. And if we're saying 2 days after, it's going to include 20th of January and also 21st of January. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw a yellow line just so we know that this day the person can also ovulate. So let's draw the line and then to fill it up here. So now let's include 20th and 21st too. We'll draw a yellow line here, and I'm going to go and cycle 21 too. So let's cycle 21 in yellow. Okay, so now we know that this period this person can ovulate. So we can say this person will likely ovulate on the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, or 21st of January, but it should happen on the 19th. But if it doesn't come on the 19th, it can come on the 18th, 17th, 20th, and 21st. That's why I recommend using an ovulation tracker. I'm going to put some link in the comments where you can see. If you need an ovulation tracker, I can always get it, because that will tell you the peak day, so you'll be able to pick the day in particular when you'll be ovulating, especially if you're trying to conceive. This will be very helpful. All right, now, so we know that this period is not safe for this woman to have unprotected intercourse, because she can likely ovulate on any of the days. So, but it's important to know that sperm cells can survive 5 days after sexual intercourse. So if this woman can ovulate on the 17th, that means that if she has sexual intercourse less than 5 days before the 17th, she can get pregnant. So let's assume she had unprotected intercourse on the 13th. So we'll count 13th as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see that it still falls into the period in which she can still ovulate, so she can likely get pregnant. So the best thing for us to do now is to add 5 days to this, 5 days before any of the days she can ovulate. So that way we'll be able to know when this woman will be very fertile, and we'll call that her ovulation, her fertile window rather. So we'll call that her fertile window. So let's count 5 days before the first day she's likely to ovulate, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So anything from 12th of January, this woman should not have unprotected intercourse, because if she does, there's a likelihood of the sperm staying alive for 5 days and going to fertilize the egg, especially if the egg is released on the 17th. I hope you guys are following me. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. If you're enjoying this video, just give it a like, share it with someone you think might need it. All right, so let's cycle those days in red. So we're going to start from 12 down to this. So now I'm going to extend this red pen just to cover up all the days this woman is likely to get pregnant. So now let's do that. Cover up here, go down, cover up everywhere. So, and I'm using red just to know that this is a danger zone, especially for those that are planning to get pregnant by choice and not by chance. Stay clear of this day in your cycle. If you have a 29-day cycle, these days, stay clear of it, because you're likely to get pregnant if you have unprotected intercourse, right? So let's cover 21st too. But let's not forget our ovulation day is 19th, but from 17th to 21 we can likely ovulate too, but we are including 5 days before, just because the sperm cell can stay alive for as long as 5 days, and if you have unprotected intercourse, just 5 days, less than 5 days before the first day where we can likely ovulate, we can still get pregnant. So now that that's done, okay, I'm going to put it down here. You can see the part covered in red will be the full length of a fertile window, and we know the definition of a fertile window. A fertile window is the period during your menstrual cycle in which you are likely to get pregnant. So now any day outside of the part marked red is your safe period, because you've calculated the day where you're likely to ovulate, and you've also added the days where if you have unprotected sex and the sperm cell stays alive for 5 days, it will likely not meet the egg. So the parts marked red are days we should stay clear of. So the part marked red are your fertile window. So if you're in a long distance relationship, if you know how to calculate this, you know how to travel with a purpose. And if you're trying to avoid pregnancy, you know your safe period. So the safe period is any day outside of this, like I explained earlier. So I hope you guys are following. So earlier I said I was going to give a bonus point explaining how and why some women can get pregnant when they have unprotected intercourse while they are on their menstrual period. So with no further ado, let's get into it. So guys, here's our bonus explanation. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be seeing how a person can get pregnant if she has unprotected intercourse while on her period, how and why. Okay, so we're using just 1 month, and then there are some people that will tell you that, doctor, I can see my period, I saw my period twice in the month, in 1 month. Is that normal? Remember we said the normal cycle length is between 21 days to 35. So if it's between 21 days to 35 days, that means that if the person has a short cycle length, let's say of 21, and she sees her period early in the month, she can see the period she can see the next period that same month. Do you understand? So let's say this person saw her period on the 5th, and then the next period was on the let's say 26th. Yes, the next period was on the 26th. So we're going to count the days in between just to make sure it falls between the normal cycle length. So this is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So this person has a cycle length of 21 days, which is still normal. Cycle length is 21 days, which is still normal, and then she can see her period twice in a month. So this is absolutely normal as long as it falls within that range of 21 to 35 days. So if this person now has a short cycle length like this, how do we know when she's going to be ovulating, her ovulation date? What we're going to do is we're going to subtract 14 from the cycle length. So that's going to be 21 minus 14. So 21 minus 14 will give us her ovulation date, and I already explained this earlier. I hope you guys were following earlier, so you know why we're subtracting 14, because 14 is a constant. To get your ovulation date, you subtract 14 from your cycle length. This person's cycle length is 21 days. 21 minus 14 will give us her ovulation date. Okay, so let's do the mathematics. 21 minus 14 would give us 7. Okay, so that's it here. 21 minus 14 is 7. So her ovulation day is day 7. So she's not ovulating on the 7th too, but she's ovulating on day 7 of her cycle. If this is the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, 7th day. So that's why we're circling it in red. So this is the day she'll likely ovulate. Let's not forget, you add 2 days before and 2 days after, because if it doesn't come on the 11th, it can come 2 days before and 2 days after. So we're going to circle that also in yellow, and then we're going to include 12th and 13th, which is 2 days after, because she can likely ovulate then. So if this person is likely to ovulate within this time, let's imagine she she bleeds for 3 days. So if the first day of her period is 5th, 6th, 7th of January, so those 3 days she's going to bleed. And let's say she has sexual intercourse, unprotected sexual intercourse on the 6th rather. So this 6th is day 2 of her cycle. So if she has intercourse on this day and the sperm stays alive for 5 days, let's count 5 days after this day. So let's say this is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see that it falls in between the window where she can likely ovulate? So if she has sexual intercourse on her period, she can still get pregnant, and that is simply because she has a short cycle length. If you have a short cycle length, there's a likelihood that if you have unprotected intercourse while you are bleeding on your period, you can likely get pregnant. I hope this explanation is quite explanatory, and I hope you guys have been able to learn from this. Again, if you think this video is impactful, or you're learning from this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you know somebody that this video will be helpful to, please send this video to them. And if you're interested in getting to learn about your body, you can also subscribe to this channel. So guys, I hope you've been able to learn from this video. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you know someone that can benefit from this video, please share this video and send it to them. To learn more about your body and learn medicine from the comfort of your room, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And just to be sure you understand this video, let's do a little exercise in the comments. Write the first day you saw your last period and the day the next period is supposed to start. Then write your cycle length, your ovulation date, and your fertile window. I'll be going through the comments to see those that got it right and those that need a little bit more practice. So bye guys, I'll see you next time.